Hi guys, this is Oliver from Tutorialpilot and welcome to our new exciting tutorial. First I will show you what we're gonna create today. A very cool dissolve effect where you can disappear logos, people, animals, any footage you like. This is our first tutorial in 2016 and we did some changes to our website tutorialpilot.net, which is no longer available because we had a lot of troubles, and so we decided to put all our products on our main page, and the main page is ILUMY.design. We do motion pictures since 2004. And so we don't have to support several websites. We want to support one website and all your questions to be straight ahead with answers and yeah, to stay with you. So for us it's more simple. On our website ILUMY.design you find under downloads any product footage we did so far, the explosion pack, all presets, all footage and all project files as well, of course. And under tutorials you find any tutorial we did so far. So back to our tutorial. We did that animation from a still image, which is from Adobe Stock. And you need for this tutorial a plugin which is called Trapcode Form. You can download the trial version from redgiant.com if you don't have Trapcode Form already. To do our tutorial. So, as I said, we did that from a still image, so we go first in Photoshop to show you what we did. Go back here. Okay, so this, as you see, is our still image, just a photo. And first is we cut him out of the background. Normally you use for the process the pen tool and draw a shape here around him. Okay, I don't go through the whole process, of course it's boring. If you're finished with drawing the line outside, you got a mask, as you see, and with the shortcut string J you will duplicate the mask part of the image, which is only him, so he's cut out. With string and click on this layer you get another mask, and just string X to cut him out of the image. Okay, so you got two pictures. One is the foreground, one is the background. So now the problem is if you do some parallaxing, you see it looks bad. So we grab the background, take the copy or stamp tool. Where is it gone? Here. And with Alt we grab the texture from here, and then we start just painting over him along the clouds and retouch the area. Okay. Okay, if you're done, if you're finished, it should look something like this. So I got a background and you got him in the foreground, and now parallaxing, animating is no longer a problem. Okay, you save both images. First is you save the foreground, which could be a person or your logo or whatever, and you export that as a PNG with transparency, which is important. And after that you can save your background as JPEG or as PNG. It's up to you. And if you have already done that, or you have your logo, which is a Illustrator or JPEG or whatever, we can go to After Effects and start with the fun part. So let's get started. First, make a new composition. Make it HD 1920 by 1080, 25 frames per second. This is okay. So Then bring both of your images into the comp, the foreground and background. Here we go, background, foreground. Both images are larger than our canvas, so we select both of them and scale them down to comp size. Okay, here we go. So next is we need a few pre-compositions. So select your foreground, hit layer, pre-compose, move all attributes, and we call that foreground. Then double click the foreground layer and make layer new solid. We call that wipe. Make it a white layer, that's important. Black one will not work. And go to layer, pre-compose, call that again wipe layer. Okay. Double click the wipe layer, go to wipe and apply a linear wipe. Let's see. Here we go. I make it 180 degrees. And we will go from 100%, so go to frame 100, because that's where our dissolve starts. Go to frame 100, hit the stopwatch, one duration of 100 frames. Oh, let's make 150. So, and go to transition complete 0%. So this is the animation you got. This is your wipe, and this one controls everything in the Trapcode form. Let's make a feather that out, something like so. Okay, perfect. So we go back to our foreground layer. So right now we have the wipe layer. Next is we need the same for the freedom layer. So with the freedom layer selected, go to layer, pre-compose, and call that blend picture. Okay, double click here and again go to frame 100, apply a linear wipe, make it 180 degrees. In this case, we go to minus 180 degrees. Of course, we want them out from no, we go to 0. Sorry, go to 0 because you want them from bottom to top to disappear. Okay. Then we go to frame 100, click the stopwatch. On transition, go to frame 250 or maybe a little bit more and complete the animation. Here we go. This is the animation. Again, feather. Okay. So here we go. Then we go back to our foreground layer. So this is the animation right now. Okay, you got the wipe layer, you got the blend picture. And now comes the dissolve part. So first hide the wipe layer. Then we're going to go here. Okay, and next is go to layer, new, solid and call that form layer. Hit OK. Then go to your effects and presets settings, go to Trapcode, and then use Trapcode form and apply it to the layer. Okay. On Trapcode form, you will get a little grid here, which means these are the particles which are generated from Trapcode form. If you make a camera to orbit in 3D space, and you can see it's a complete 3D layer. We got 3 grids, and this is here base form. You have 3 particles in Z space, which means 3 instances of the particle grid, which is right now 200 by 200 by 200. And we will change that to the size of our composition. In this case, X size is 920 by 1080 and Z space 0, and also particles in Z1 just single. So now you have one 1920 by 1080 and 70 pixels each. So the first values are the size of the particle grid, and the particles are the particle count in each direction. It means 70 particles from left to right and 70 particles from top to bottom. Okay, we increase that also to grid size, which means 1920 by 1080. Okay, now we have a particle grid, and if you go back to your camera and you zoom in, for example, you will see a small particle grid. Here you are. You see all these little bubbles are particles, and right now it means you have 1920 particles from left to right, and this 1080 times from top to bottom. Okay, so we can hide the blend picture layer. We close the base form. If you use form for the first time, just keep your toolbar closed, because it gets very scary and confusing about all these things. The next thing is we need the layered maps. Okay, color and alpha. Because we saved our foreground image as a PNG with transparency, we use the form layer, the blend picture. We use that from RGB A to RGB A, which means RGB and alpha channel, and map over X and Y. Here we go. This is our picture mapped on all those little particles, and because of the alpha channel, all particles which have no color are not generated. Okay? So right now, if you want to check that, if you go to disperse and twist, right now you can do funny things with that. You can twist, you can dissolve them or disperse them. Okay? For right now, we'll leave that for 0 and 0. Okay? The next, we close the color and alpha. We go to displacement. We go to disperse. As layer we choose the wipe layer, and we go to fractal strength and use also the wipe layer. After that we close this again, and after that we go to disperse and make it 300. We go to our fractal field and say effect size also 300. Now let's get a little bit okay, this is too much. Maybe something like 10. Okay, that looks cool so far. And we go back to disperse layer. So this looks cool for now. And go map over XY. And the same for the fractal map over XY. Okay? So now the mapping, which comes from the wipe layer, will start if the particles reach a white in the background, they will start to explode. And here we go. That's what it looks so far. Here we go. And because of we blend the original picture, the particles also disappear. So let's have a look at that. Give it a third and play that. Here we go. Looks cool. Yeah. Needs a little bit of CPU performance, but it looks definitely dramatic. Cool. Okay. So then we go back to our composition, and right now you see a little problem. This guy is a little bit transparent. Okay. And because of we have all single particles, and so we have to tweak that back to our form layer. I close all these things. So first is we go to the particle rollout and bring the sphere feather to 0. Okay. Next is the blend transfer mode from add to normal, because we don't want to overlap the particles and make this shiny bright thing. And to get more particles, you can go to base form and double the particle sizes in X and Y. Means you can go to 3A40 to 2160. Now you double the amount of particles. You also need more CPU power, but you double the amount of particles and it looks much more cooler. If you go back, here we go. Much more particles, and the guy is no longer transparent. Okay? So keep in mind, you need on the Trapcode form, you need the base form, which is comp size, the particle grid, which means how many particles in each line from left to right and from bottom to top. You don't need quick maps for that, you need just layered maps. You need the fractal strength, the disperse, where you put your wipe layer in to control left, right, up, down, from which side you want to have the dissolve happened. Just for example, if you want to have him go from left to right, go to the wipe layer and just bring it here. So now it goes from left to right. Okay, here we go. And if you go to your composition, you will see it will start to dissolve from left to right. Look also cool. Here we go. Looks very nice. So you can change the direction of the dissolve effect. Okay. Make sure in this case to achieve both. In our case, the wipe layer goes from left to right and the blend picture goes from bottom to top. You have also to tweak that to let the particles disappear. Okay. So back to our form layer. You need the particles, layout maps, fractal strengths, disperse, and then you can go to your disperse and twist, give them a cool disperse like your needs, go to the fractal field and give them an effect size, and if you like to, give them a displace from 10 and an XYZ flow of 10 to make those particles move around. The flow X, Y, and Z means the speed of the particles they are moving. The higher the value, the faster they move in. The slower the value, the slower they move in. And overall control is the amount of displace is this feature here. Okay? So, if you have that, you can save it as a preset if you like to. Just keep in mind you need the wipe layer, and the wipe layer must be pre-composed. If it's not pre-composed, it won't work. Okay? And if you like to just do a simple logo with that, for my case we just take our Tutorialpilot, which is here we go, import. You wanna make this logo dissolve with that effect, which is no problem. We go to our blend picture, just replace that. Okay. I want to replace, not delete. Sorry. Hold down Alt and just drop it on that, so everything stays. We change the wipe from left to right, hopefully. Otherwise, so here we go. So as you remember, we got the wipe from left to right. I do that on the logo. And if I go to my foreground layer, that will happen here also with my Tutorialpilot logo. Okay? So you can just simply change your JPEG or AE or PNG or whatever and have the effect already done. So that's it for so far. We will come up with our next tutorial, which is a particle tutorial on 3ds Max. I give you a little idea how it looks like. Right now we go through We go to this effect. We do cool sparkles in 3ds Max. This is our next tutorial coming as next to you. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy. So please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Visit us on Facebook Tutorialpilot. Like us, share us, would be very nice. And if you want to have these tutorials, all files on that will come on ILUMY.design. Thanks for watching. Bye.